So we are getting gas. We're on the way to Jupiter. The surgery is tomorrow at 9 a.m. I can't believe it's here. So we're gonna get checked into the hotel, and then run over to Whole Foods. So I'm going into a major, detox period. So I'm not gonna be ordering from restaurants or anything like that. So we got a suite at the hotel with a full kitchen, just so I can like start my detoxing right away. So I'm getting nervous, but I would say I'm more excited at this point, just to get my life back. Okay, so we made it here. We're at the hotel. We're just getting checked in. Nerves are definitely settling in, but I'm excited. I'm ready. We brought Bentley, so he's here for some support. And let's go see the room. Hey guys, so it is the eve of my surgery, so I go in tomorrow at 9 a.m. Surgery should start around 10. Today I came down to Jupiter, Florida, got in the hotel. We're staying at the Embassy Suite, so I'll kind of show our room and, why we decided to go with this one. Today it's kind of like surreal, because I know, one more night where I have to be uncomfortable and feeling like this. And then, it's not going to be an immediate poof, you're better, but at least I'll be on the road to healing. So I'm excited. Today we came down, it's about 2 hours from Orlando, got in the hotel. We had a bit of an issue. We thought it was dog friendly, so obviously Bentley, my little guy, is here with me for support. And honestly, I never got him certified as like a pet, what do you call him, like a certified, medical pet, or they have a name for it. So we get to the hotel and they're like, oh, a service dog, that's it. And they're like, hey, where's his vest? Is he a service dog? And so basically I had to run up to the hotel, find a doctor to certify me over the phone. So now Bentley is actually a certified, support animal, which actually is really fitting. He has been with me for 8 years, and ironically enough, it has been 8 years of me having symptoms. So I wanted him here just as support and, a little cuddle buddy for everything. So he's great. He's here and he's now certified. So that was the first thing that happened when we got here. So we did that, and then we called my dad just to kind of, chit chat and talk before surgery. And then we went and got some food, and we ran over to Whole Foods. So I'll kind of show what I got. It's hard to know with these surgeries, like how I'm going to feel, if I'm going to be hungry. So I didn't buy like meals because obviously we're in a hotel. We'll most likely have to find somewhere for that kind of thing. I'm only here for 2 days, so we got a lot of like juices, smoothies, probiotic smoothies, teas. So I'll go through everything I got and kind of just a quick, run through of why. My mom also actually picked up this book for me, The Autoimmune Solution by Amy Meyer. So this one was recommended on Nicole Giarruda's breast implant illness healing site. Basically, it's kind of a guide to what you should be eating and how to cleanse your body and help with autoimmune disorders or symptoms, like in my case. So we listened to that on Audible on the way down. I have the book, and my mom also got me the cookbook. So part of detoxing, I'll be cutting out gluten, sugar, dairy. So I'll list it below, but I'm kind of prepping myself obviously I'm going to do the best I can getting through the next few days, following this kind of, meal plan and detox. So at this point, just getting kind of nervous. I also had my anesthesiologist give me a call, which was super nice. I really like that about Dr. Rankin and what they do. So they reach out to you, they make you feel comfortable. So he gave me a call to make sure I didn't have any questions, to kind of go through what's going to happen. It was really quick. The only thing I'm nervous about that, I'll be able to talk more about after the surgery and everything. I'm going to be sedated through IV. So this will be my first time not doing like the narcotics, being sedated by the gas. So I am a little nervous because it should be a bit lighter. So of course I'm like, am I going to wake up? Am I going to feel something? The reason behind it, obviously with the general, when they use narcotics, you're going to wake up and be really nauseous. And if you're throwing up, you can get blood clots and other issues. So the idea is that you don't need that much in your system, and, you're not going to be as sick when you wake up. So that's something I can speak more about after tomorrow. So that's the only thing I'm nervous about at this point, because this is now my third surgery, with my, chest cavity in that area. So that I'm not nervous about. I've felt the pain. I know what it feels like. I am getting a nerve block, so it lasts for 72 hours. So I think what I've heard is that most people only need like Tylenol on top of it, which is really good, because last surgery I was on oxys, and I was I was so messed up. It was honestly way too much. So this one should be a lot lighter and easier, not so much medication going on. I'm having the surgery filmed, so depending on what that looks like and the, kind of guidelines on YouTube, I'm hoping I can put parts of that in here. So yeah, at this point, I'm just gonna probably have a light snack. I have to stop eating at midnight. I can have water up until 5 a.m. So yeah, I'm just, getting ready and, like I said, nervous, but more excited than anything that I can finally put this chapter of my life of being sick behind me and get on the road to feeling better. Whole Foods, we picked up the oil of oregano dropper. This one's GMO free and alcohol free, gluten free. So this one helps to aid in digestion. It's an anti-inflammatory, anti-parasitic, antiviral. So this one's going to be really good for surgery. We grabbed 2 teas. One is going to be just a gentle laxative, which honestly you have to get when you go through surgery, so I don't really need to explain that. This one, everyday detox. So it's liver, kidney function. It has dandelion in there, which is really good to kind of detox. Ended up getting just some vegan blueberry muffins. So there's no gluten, flour, animal product in here. Skinny Pop, just if I want a snack. These are vegan, banana brittle. So just, if I feel like munching. Yeah, went ahead and loaded up the fridge. So I got a green juice, which honestly is going to be my dinner, my last meal before surgery. I grabbed this alkaline water that has mint and cucumber. Mint is really helpful if you're nauseous, so that was the main reason behind that. I got some coconut waters, coconut yogurt water with probiotics. I got 2 of those. That's what they look like. And then we got some Temple balls, which are going to be like your vegan kind of protein power balls for energy. I grabbed some more probiotic smoothies. Let's see what else. And a couple juices, which I know have a lot of sugar, but orange juice, all natural. Apple juice, all natural. We got some more smoothies down here. So they're plant powered, they're vegan. I just thought that might sound good, honestly, going through all this. You're kind of keeping it lighter. We got some mixed fruit. I got a couple of those. And some organic pears on the bottom. So that's about it for like snacks. Tried to get things that I thought would be helpful. From memory of my other surgeries, I don't have much of an appetite, so I grabbed more like smoothies, juices, protein balls, everything pretty much vegan, gluten-free, a lot of teas, and like I said, the oil of oregano supplement, which has been highly recommended. As I add supplements to my detox, I will talk about them. So at this point, I'm going to have my last meal and try to get ready. Okay, I'm nervous. I asked the nurse if I'd wake up in excruciating pain during surgery. She said no.
You feel better?
I do. We are not doing general anesthesia. We're doing TIVA.
Which is a good thing. Wake up will be much nicer.
I'll let you know if it's a good thing.
Okay, good. Don't be nervous. You're in great hands.
Are you?
I'm feeling good.
I can breathe.
Oh, okay. You're 40 minutes out of recovery. My surgery recovery.
The sedation was so good.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'm not nauseous or anything.
That's fantastic.
So I am out of surgery. It was about 2 hours, 2.5 hours long. My surgeon actually came in and said he has never seen inflammation as bad as mine internally. So there was something going on for sure. So he sent my tissues and my capsules off for pathology to see what's going on. I already feel clear. The nurse and my mom were like, "You look so good. My eyes are clear. I can breathe. This is real." I actually feel really, really good. It's crazy. So I went into surgery about 9:30 yesterday morning. I had the TIVA sedation, so there was no narcotics, no gas. It was a general through IV. I woke up feeling really good. So I remember my mom was in there, and the first thing I said to her is, "I can breathe." So instant results, I can breathe. My eyes have cleared up. I'll put a picture in here, but I used to have just dark purple under my eyes, and they were swollen. Within hours after explant, that was gone. The brain fog is gone. I feel sharper. Even, you know, coming off the anesthesia and being on some medication. So I woke up. I was a little bit sore. I did have a nerve block, which will last for 72 hours. I have my pre-op appointment or my post-op appointment in a few hours, where we'll take the bandages off. I did get a sneak peek of what is going on, and I'm really surprised, in a really good way, actually. I feel really good. I still have cleavage. I still have, you know, breast tissue. So that was a really exciting surprise, and I know over the coming weeks and months things will change and fluff and heal. So right now I'm thinking I'm going to be like a solid B cup, like a full B. So even the nurse was like, "You have some handfuls in there." The one thing that was crazy, so in the state of Florida, In some countries and states, they have to send the tissue off to pathology. In Florida, it's up to the physician. So my surgeon, Dr. Rankin, came in and said that there was so much inflammation around the capsule and the implant itself more than what he normally sees. So he is sending the tissues and capsule off to pathology to kind of see, you know, what's going on. So that basically means they're going to look at, you know, why was the patient reacting like that? You know, what are they finding? So I should find out in about a week or so kind of what was going on there, but it kind of almost told me and him and people involved that, yeah, there was definitely something happening. My body was inflamed. It was not liking this being inside me. So I did ask to have my implants back. Here they are. Even the nurse was like, these are huge. These are huge. I did not ask for this large an implant. It is what I got. They are Mentor gummy bear saline, 575 cc's. They are heavy. They're sticky. They're disgusting. Anyone that says this is impermeable, that's impossible. I can feel it. Like there's a residue on my hands. They stick together and you have to peel them apart. It's disgusting. And to think I put this in my body, gross. So that was interesting to see. I left. I was in recovery for like a couple hours. I was, you know, waking up, and one of my main symptoms with this whole thing is imbalance and, you know, walking and stuff like that. So it took me a little longer. Got back and I was just energetic. I was surprisingly alert and awake, and I called my dad and my sister and they were like, wow, you already sound different. So came home. I had no nausea, no throwing up, nothing. I had a hard time sleeping. I didn't fall asleep until like 2:30 in the morning. I got up at 11:30. So I got some, and I'm getting up every like 5-6 hours for medicine. I want to talk about the medicine situation and the prescriptions. They did prescribe me with muscle relaxers, oxycodone, anti-nausea. I have not taken any of these. My anesthesiologist recommended, and I already kind of knew, I want to try to do it without narcotics and heavy drugs. I had oxys on my last surgery and I was so messed up. So I'm not even taking those. What I am taking is, let's see. I am taking oil of oregano, which, little drops. It's like 4 drops 3 times a day. It's anti-inflammatory, natural antibiotic, so I'm taking that. Extra strength Tylenol. That's it. I mean, that's all I'm needing. I'm sore. I feel like I had a really intense like chest day in the gym. My sternum is kind of sore, just like a, you know, a soreness, but there's no pain. And then I do have my antibiotic, which I should be taking 7 days, but I'm going to talk to him at my post-op today. I'd rather not. I'd rather switch to something natural. So I'll see about that. So the other thing that we're doing over here, we as in me and my mom, we're having alkaline water. So alkaline water for me, it's, you know, going to help balance your pH. It's non-acidic. It's just a more calming, you know, way to have your water intake, especially after something like this. So I can post the benefits and everything down below. But that's kind of where I'm at now. So I can, you know, go to the restroom on my own. I can do pretty much everything. My mom is emptying my drains about every 5 to 8 hours. which I will show on here. I should have them like 5 days, could be up to 2 weeks depending on the output. Okay, I'm gonna empty some drains. Disgusting. Okay, and this is the drain log. So we need to be under 20 to get them out. Okay, so today is my day 4 post-op check-in. I feel so good. It's crazy. I feel brighter. I can breathe. I feel clear. I have energy. Like energy I haven't had in years. It's like I want to like run around and do things and go out, and it's crazy. Because I haven't felt that in so long. Today I was supposed to go down to Jupiter and get my drains out. I have to wait now until Monday, so I will have them for roughly a week. The output needs to be like under 20, and I'm still at 50, so I'm still up there as far as like the output. Let's see what else. The pain is like super minimum. I've only taken Tylenol. I did have a nerve block. It's worn off now, so there's some light soreness, like kind of like shooting pain, but nothing drastic, and some like kind of bubble feeling, like bubbles. I don't know, it's weird. I still have my stitches, my tape, there's plastic, I have like a ace bandage wrap, surgical bra, and then of course my drains are still here. So I would say the drains are like the most uncomfortable part, but I mean, I took this week off work, I'm at home, it's not that big of a deal, it's just kind of gross. The incision points are starting to get kind of like itchy at this point, which I think is good, obviously, because that means healing. So I go back Monday to get the drains out, see Dr. Rankin. I'll put some pictures in here of pictures from before explant. And then I got a picture, obviously, after explant, like every day up until now. Crazy. I did not expect to feel this good, like so soon. I think the balance, the walking, like that kind of thing for me will come in time, and especially getting back in the gym and getting stronger. But I've been on a primarily plant-based diet since surgery. I'm feeling really good. It's just crazy, like just the surge of energy and like how different you feel overall. So that's my biggest takeaway at this point, where I'm just like, wow, without a doubt, this was it, and I'm on the road to healing. Hey guys, okay, so this is gonna be kind of my recap from surgery to today. Tomorrow I am 2 weeks post-op, so basically I'm 2 weeks post-op right now. I just want to talk about my experience kind of now in a nutshell. What surprised me, what didn't, what improved immediately, what I'm working on, and kind of where I go from here, to kind of wrap this video up. So, okay, let's start with, I guess, in a nutshell, the surgery was way easier than what I thought, because my other surgeries, first one, I mean, it was my first surgery ever when I was 19, so can't say it was great. The recovery was rough. It was painful. It was my first surgery ever, and I was a baby, so I don't, you know. My second surgery with the silicone implants was horrific. The worst surgery I've ever had. That I, you know, mentioned in my previous video about breast implant illness. In that video, I talk about how it was the worst surgery I've ever had, and I feel that I never recovered from. So approaching this surgery, I kind of hope for the best, expected and prepared for the worst. It was nothing like that. It was honestly, this surgery was easy. And not to say there are plenty of women that explant that have really bad stories. So I do realize that I got lucky in my experience, because I've heard, some bad ones where they end up with blood clots or, issues. So I'm not trying to say all explants are so easy. Mine specifically is what I'm talking about. So mine was really easy. No nausea, no throwing up. I did have the Teva anesthesia, which is anesthesia without gas and narcotics. So it's a general anesthesia through an IV. I have really good feedback about that. I did not wake up. I was not aware. I was out. When I woke up, it was like waking up from a really nice nap. So great feedback. I love my surgeon, Dr. Rankin, his team. They were great. I have only good things to say about my experience with them. The recovery process was easier than expected. Now, I did have a nerve block where they inject like painkillers, basically. I don't know the technical term, forgive me, I don't know much about the medical field, but a nerve block that was injected straight into, my chest cavity, and that lasted for 72 hours. So I don't know if that really took the edge off for me. I would assume so. I only ever took Tylenol, which was what I was hoping for. I was given, oxys and, extreme painkillers. I did not want to take any, and I didn't. I only took Tylenol. I would say that the most annoying thing now is sleeping on my back. I am a stomach sleeper, so it's really been difficult. That's my biggest complaint, which sounds stupid, but sleeping on my back for about a month, that's annoying. It's soreness mainly. I'm just sore. I would say that went away honestly in the last few days. Now I have no soreness whatsoever. Now there are extreme sharp pains, and that's about it. So, they'll come at random, and I think it's just I have stitches internally that are dissolving and things are healing and reconnecting. So I'm assuming that's what that is. I've had very minimal bruising. I had some bruising around my nipples because I did have a breast lift, which was recommended to me by Dr. Rankin. I'll link below some articles about that if you are, not sure if you want that or don't want that. A lot of people, their choice with that revolves around breastfeeding. It does decrease your chances to be able to breastfeed. However, for me, with 2 sets of pretty large implants, it was the best choice for me. So I did have an anchor lift. So the scar will look somewhat like an anchor. And the nipple was relocated. So I had some light bruising around my nipple. That was it. I had some itching from the tape, and as you're healing, you have some itching. So the incision points, I had a bit of discomfort with being itchy. It's crazy to me that I went through this with such minimal pain, because there really wasn't much. It was honestly just a soreness. So I basically took a week off work. I went back to work last week, so I was able to do 6-7 hour days. My job is sedentary, it's at a desk, so I was getting up every hour or so to kind of just move around, which helps to avoid blood clotting. It was rough. I would say I felt very tired, and not the fatigue from the breast implant illness, just putting your body through so much. Anytime you go under general anesthesia or a surgery, you're going to be tired. So it was a bit of a struggle to kind of snap back. But by Friday in my work week, I was feeling good. So I would say if you have a more active job, I would take 2 weeks probably. Because if I had a job where I was up and on my feet, I would probably struggle through last week. As far as supplements, I've been taking oil of oregano. I take a multivitamin, a folic acid, a B12. I'm looking into other options like CBD, black licorice, a mushroom supplement. I like to really research before I invest my money and my time into taking these things. So that I'm going to talk more about in part 3, where I'm going to be talking about the detoxing and kind of what's going on. So at this point, I'm pleasantly surprised. I definitely am left with more than what I had initially. So I was 19, of course. I was very young, so it's not too shocking, but I would say then I was a very small B. Now it's looking like I'm going to be a C cup. There could be some swelling, so honestly, I don't care. B, C, non-existent. I don't care. You feel that sick for so long, you don't care. So I can't work out for about 6 weeks. This is all per my doctor, so depending on your doctor, you may have other, restrictions or, different timeline. I can't work out for 6 weeks. According to him, I cannot increase my activity for 3. So I have to go another week before I'm going to be like driving and going out and doing things. I've pretty much been either going to work or staying at home. Just resting, trying not to do too much. I do have my mom in town with me, so she's helping me out. My boyfriend's been helping me out, which is great. So, I would say if you can get someone to kind of help you out and buddy system for a while, that's been really helpful, because you do get tired. So I want to talk about the symptoms that immediately were gone versus the ones that are lingering, because for me, I had this going on for 8 years, so I did not go into it thinking I'm going to wake up and all will be well. I knew that there was going to be a period for some of this to improve. So let's start with what my surgeon found when he went, in the chest cavity. So he did tell me that he went in there and there was more inflammation around the capsule than he typically sees. The tissues were inflamed, which lets us know that the inflammation is all over my body. So for me and for him, that was telltale that yes, there is something happening here. And his words exactly to me were, your body just did not like these implants. So for me, and for him, and it's real. So that was a relief because, of course, when you go into this, there is no definitive test saying, yeah, your body, you have breast implant illness. There is no test. So that was reassuring to hear. He did choose, because I left it up to him, to send my capsules to pathology. I am waiting on those reports, so I will share that in part 3, what they found and, what that meant for me. I don't have the pictures in the video and all that yet, or I would put them in here, so they're going to have to wait for part 3, which will work out because it's going to kind of go hand in hand with what I'm talking about in that video. So that was his finding. With that being said, I woke up and first thing that we hear a lot is I can breathe. So I could breathe. It no longer felt like there was this weight on my chest and I was struggling, to take breaths. I could breathe deep. That was instant. That was the first thing I said to my mom, that I can breathe. So second thing, once I kind of woke up, it took a few hours for me to really wake up out of the anesthesia. So once I woke up, brain fog was gone. And that was instant. I used to live every day like there was this glaze over my life. And it's gone. So the brain fog, the breathing, I felt more clear. And I also had this like surge of energy. Even though I was just out of surgery, I on the inside, it was like this surge where I was like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to go for a run. Like, I'm awake. So those are my top 3 things that were instant. Other things that have improved, because my worst symptom, and it happened over, 8 years, but 5 years where it was debilitating, was my imbalance, disequilibrium, losing motor skills, shaking, tremors, things like that. This is something I knew will take time. So instantly when I'm standing, I can stand perfectly still, where I used to kind of like sway a bit. So I can stand still. I can carry cups now with, like my coffee mug or whatever. I can carry it without spilling, which I couldn't do before. I can briefly stand on one foot and balance. And my motor skills seem to be like snapping back, and the walking and the imbalance has improved maybe 10%. So from other women that I've connected with that have the symptoms I have, they told me it took them anywhere from 6 months to 2 years to, feel at least like 75% recovered. So this one I know will take time, where once I'm in the gym and I'm detoxing and getting all this out of my body, I think the inflammation in my inner ear will calm down and I'll really start to snap back. So I would say, if I had to put a percentage on it, that instantly I'm 20% better. And I'm realizing by day that other things just aren't happening. The body pain, the joint pain, the achiness, gone. The blurred vision, gone. The temperature, like hot flash, freezing cold, gone. Those things are instant. I'm trying not to forget anything. I was very dry skin, dry hair, thin hair, weak nails, things like that. That seems to be better and improved. I mean, it's only been 2 weeks. So what I would say is the worst part of this experience for me, was actually when they pulled the drains. So I don't want to scare anyone. Let me preface this with, it's not painful. It is not painful. So don't let anyone tell you, oh, it hurts. It doesn't hurt. It feels weird. Really, really weird. So I thought that the drain was, a couple inches in. No, it's wrapped around your entire nipple. So when they pull it, it has a ways to go, and you feel like this like bubbly kind of, it feels like they're like pulling a worm out of you. It's disgusting. So that for me was the worst part. I'll be honest, I passed out. Not to say you will. If you like easily get lightheaded, you might. So let whoever's with you know, hey, and let the nurse know, I do tend to faint or pass out or get lightheaded. I let mine know previously, and they were really good. I was almost out, but they kept me awake with, they just held like an alcohol pad under my nose, like for the smell. And they kept talking to me, and they had ice packs on my head, so it kept me coherent. That was the worst part for me, the drain pulling. I never want to feel that again. Ooh. In a nutshell, super good experience. Would I say at this point, this is what's wrong with me? Yes. Or what was wrong with me. So, there is going to be a process at this point to getting fully healed, but I have every belief that I can get fully healed. So I am doing a 30-day kind of detox with no dairy, gluten, sugar, alcohol, things like that. And then from that point on, I'm just changing food, makeup, skincare, everything. I've already started to organic. Vegan if I can, if there's an option, but the main priority is organic. And of course, just cruelty-free, because that matters to me, but obviously that is not part of the detox. It's a personal belief. So let's see what else. I think that's it. Part 3 is going to be a few weeks, if not a month from now, when I'm back in the gym and I'm fully functioning, and talking about kind of where I'm at that point, what I've learned, what supplements I've added, you know, what's helping, what's not, you know, a little more in depth. I wanted to kind of recap on my surgery, explant experience. Do I think this is what was wrong with me? Yes. And, you know, I guess what I found to be instantly, you know, healed versus what will take time. My recommendations for this: have someone you trust and you can rely on that's there to help you. Do not do too much too soon, because you're going to feel good. You cannot, you know, do too much at once. Have comfy clothes, ice packs. Start your detox right away. Don't, you know, my advice, don't eat junk food. Don't put more junk in your body. You're trying to get it out. So have some good healthy foods, someone you rely on, like I said, you know, and start looking through your household products, your makeup, your skincare, and not to say, you know, ditch all of it and buy all new, but, you know, look at your main things, see what's in there, and compare it to ingredients that may have been in your implants, because a lot of my makeup, when I looked at it, a lot was silicone based, and it had ingredients that were either related or actually in the implant. So I'm not going to keep putting that on my skin. Also, scar cream. Watch out for Mederma or silicone scar creams. Think about it. There are natural ways to heal scarring. Do not put that stuff back on your body. I'm not a doctor, but that's, for me, common sense. So if I missed something or you have a question, comment below. Okay, so that about wraps it up. Thank you for watching and being supportive in this. I can't believe, you know, how many people were supportive and reached out and understanding. And it's a hard thing to put out there. It's a hard thing to talk about. And, you know, for me, I really wanted to help and raise awareness. And, you know, a lot of people haven't heard of this. So that's my reasoning. Thank you to everyone for being so kind. And I will see you in part 3.